What's good with the YouTube? You already know. Big Flaco from a convict's perspective with my co-host, Senor Rojo. You already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to smash, dash, slide on through with a little bit of energy. Let's get it cracking, people. So check it out, man. As you guys already know, on Real Talk with Flaco, I did a breaking exclusive, a very brief analysis of a indictment that I just came across out there in Sacramento. The NF regiment commander was allegedly indicted for a case that occurred back in 2020. Rojo's going to read this article that we have, so you guys can get the intricate details of what we've been able to establish, man. And there's something's fishy about this case right now because a lot of media publications are not putting this story out there. So we have a lot of red flags behind this, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, so what we got here, man? We got this place is called the Sacramento Update. I'm not familiar with them, but here we go. Nuestra Familia commander charged with selling kilo of meth to FBI source. Elias Ghost Silva allegedly offered fire heroin cut with fentanyl for $18,000 a kilo. Sacramento, California, man who prosecutors say is linked to a sprawling criminal organization that oversees dozens of Hispanic gangs in Northern California, has been indicted on charges of selling a kilo of meth to an FBI source back in 2020. Elias Ghost Silva, 42, was indicted last week on one charge of distribution of methamphetamine, which carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years behind bars and the max of life. He can also be fined up to $10 million. Good love. Silva allegedly serves as the Sacramento Regiment commander for the Nuestra Familia, and is also a suspected Barrio Franklin Boulevard Norteño. Court records show he has a short rap sheet with prior convictions in 2005 as well as in 2007 for possession of a controlled substance for sale, as well as felony assault with a deadly weapon. According to court documents, Silva is charged in relation to one controlled purchase in February of 2020 of a little over 1 kilogram of methamphetamine. The alleged deal took place at the Jim Boy's Tacos on Wisconsin Avenue. Silva and the FBI source communicated through Wicker to arrange the deal, I'm going to touch on that after. I'll tell you so.
I predicted it, though. Remember?
Yep. Silva and the FBI source communicated through Wicker to arrange the deal, which took place shortly after 8 p.m. when Silva arrived at the restaurant in a Nissan Maxima. The FBI source walked up to the vehicle, got inside of the passenger seat, and was greeted with a large bag of methamphetamine dropped into his lap. The source paid $2,660 for these narcotics. Before leaving the car, Silva is said to have plugged another drug he had available for sale, black tar heroin cut with fentanyl for $18,000 a kilogram. Fentanyl, used to cut drugs and increase profits, is at the center of a local epidemic of accidental overdoses. 20 people have died from the drug in Sacramento County in 2018 alone. He has been ordered detained pending trial with leg shackling. He has retained lawyer Eaton Zatsu, who is also representing the leaders of an alleged cocaine ring based out of the La Victoria supermarket.
Interesting.
Now, what I want to say about Wicker, in this case, they didn't have to crack it because they had an informant who was willing to share the exchange messages received on that particular application. But don't think for a minute that any time that the United States government wants to get inside of any kind of encrypted form of communication, that they don't have the ability to do so. They may obtain a warrant. The company may tell them that they have no back door into their application. But you got to remember, the same people who design these applications are the same people that will be working for the government to retrieve this information. And they're going to retrieve it. So, you know, people using Wicker and Signal and all these things that think they're absolutely safe, well, for the most part, you are. However, that doesn't mean that the person receiving these communications isn't a cooperating person. That doesn't mean that if something really serious comes down and they want the information that you've been sending, that they don't have the means to find it.
Yeah. You know what's real interesting about this, right? Is this is something that Rojo can confirm. We've known about the Wicker situation for over a year. The fact that we know that the Wicker accounts have been being used and the codes have been being changed routinely just goes to show what type of breach of security you have. It's almost like it's better to go back to the old ways of sending out kites with codes. You know what I mean? To where no one could breach it. No one could breach that code except for the one that's receiving that missive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It seems like, you know, I heard about a month ago, 2 months ago that Sacramento was getting hit. Houses were getting hit out there. So I'm going to have to assume that, here's a disclaimer, assume that this had to do with this case right here. So he may have been in custody for a minute, because when you go in on a grand jury case like that, they'll take you like a month or 2 months before you have court. There ain't no like 72-hour wait or nothing like that, due process or anything in a federal case. The fact though that the media doesn't have any additional information and that there's no statements of additional people being charged, it kind of concerns me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen next? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are they still going to be filing charges? Apparently they had some type of source. If you have that Wicker app, you know what that means? That means he was from a whole different area. He wasn't from the local region. So there you go. You have regiments interacting once again with each other. You know what I'm saying? This is where you have your breach of security. Everybody's communicating with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the more you have that, the more one flips, the more chances that your whole security, your whole regiment, your whole crew is going to get exposed. Because there's no reason for anybody to be on the streets communicating with a Wicker. I mean, I'll go meet you face to face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. With all those applications, man, you know, there's certain specific settings, there's certain details. I mean, if they came and arrested any one of the, you know, this guy is the only person that they've brought up so far, but there's others that are going to be arrested. They might have been arrested already. Like Flacco says, it's very interesting that no other information is available on this particular matter, you know, so that will automatically draw a red flag and make your eyeballs pop out a little bit to wonder what's going on.
Bro, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know what I've been noticing too, though, is a lot of filters that don't need to be in front of everybody's eyes are going out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as like, okay, you're in Sacramento, you're in San Jose, you're out there in Tulare County. If it doesn't concern your area, and even if it's behind the walls, if it really doesn't concern you, it's not that vital, why is that information being circulated?
I agree.
I remember back in our time, there could be business that's being conducted and it could be right there where we're at, and it's not going to go anywhere else. We're not to talk to anybody. It doesn't matter if we get to a higher ranking individual. We're not supposed to expose anything, just directly to our channel. You know what I mean? They ain't supposed to pry. They ain't supposed to investigate unless they're really a higher authority. Nowadays, they're putting all these kites out that have to do with all the areas. It's like, man, why do I need to be concerned with what's going on in San Jose? Why do I need to be concerned with what's going on in Salinas? I need to focus right here. So this is why you continue to have these indictments. And like I said in my previous bill, Sacramento, yeah, there's a lot of homeboys out there, but they've never really been a traditional area to be a hotbed to be indicted under regimental activities.
Yeah.
Just when Spider was out there because he's running around like a renegade. Pizza did his time smooth, but he was more in the other area, but he was still interacting with that area. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, being where that location's at with all the scrutiny and so forth, man, you know, it's a melting pot. I don't know. It'd be like trying to go out there to, it's like establishing a regiment in Fresno that's fully active. It's going to be difficult.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on with Sacramento, man, with the homies as well as with the black dudes. And the thing about Sacramento is the homies are really closely interlinked with the black dudes, whether they're mobbing together or adversaries, whatever. There's constant interaction between the Northerners and especially the Zillas. You know what I mean? And that's the same little area. So, man, you got a certain area that's drawing nationwide attention with the stuff that happened in downtown Sacramento. The feds are coming and they're going to investigate. You know what I mean? And if something falls in their lap, it doesn't matter if they're investigating the black men, the Bloods, or whoever the case might be. If something falls in their lap, they're going to be like, Well, you know, this is Operation Safe Streets. We got to keep these streets safe. It doesn't matter if it's these Latinos, the whites, the Asians, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to come after you, you know, and there's no way that that particular case that we just read is going to end with one individual only. It's
No
just
way,
not
no.
going to happen. It's
Not
gonna,
with the FBI involved, bro.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
They would have waited.
They're going through that dude's whole phone
There's
records.
somebody-
They subpoenaed all that stuff. They're building cases on everybody that he communicated with, and that's just what it is.
The last people to go, right, are those that are going to be behind the walls. They can wait
Yeah.
to get them.
Yeah.
Because they're going to see where they go and who they communicate with. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, this is what I've seen, right? No matter how smart you think you are in running your operations, the FBI is 10 times smarter, period. You can get away with it for a while, a couple of years. You think you're getting away, but they know the whole time what you're doing. You're right, though. I've never seen a federal case not have additional people charged, especially if it's a criminal organization. Otherwise, they would have never arrested him. There's a reason why they arrested him. And sometimes they do things to cause basically interference. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, like you start to bring this guy, now there's rumors, okay, what's going on with him? And everybody's communicating this and that, and they already got a pipeline exactly what you're doing. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, you know, if you know, they allegedly, they claim it's their belief that this dude's a regiment commander of this area. Even if he's using a burner phone, bro, they're gonna fucking go through his phone, find a contact, get a warrant. They're gonna pull up any other phones that somebody says are connected to him, you know, any kind of informant. They're gonna subpoena all the text messages from those phones, and it's gonna unravel both up the hill as well as down the hill. You know, up the chain of command and back down to the manpower. That's just how these indictments work. He's not only going to go down for a kilo of cocaine or methamphetamine. It's not going to happen. Plus, you know, they're tied into with this supposedly La Victoria supermarket, allegedly, whoop-de-whoop. You know, that might be some Pisces involved in that. You know what I mean? And that's going to get them involved. There's going to be, it's going to be a chain reaction thing. And that's why we both find it weird that there's one article about this particular matter. Because you know what that usually means is the FBI is not releasing nothing because people that are still blabbing are on the streets still functioning.
Yep. You hit the hammer on the nail, bro, with that one. We'll see. You know, I mean, this is just a real quick exclusive for you guys, man. A little bit of our perspective, man. We're going to drop this right now. Ro's going to go live on all 4 channels tonight. So
good luck. YouTube, it's been a pleasure. It's Convict's Perspective. Your boy Rojo, that's Big Flacco. If you guys know anything, all you Sacramento cats, hit us up privately, publicly, it don't matter. Let us know what you know. Have a good one. We're out of here.